Thursday, February 8th, 5 p.m. Mountain Time, 2018. Guys, in this video, I want to talk about global water anomalies real quick. I want to talk about the potential for more water anomalies in the coming days, possible earthquakes, extreme weather, and unusual sky phenomenon. And I'll explain why. First, you're looking at a map of the known water anomalies that have occurred around planet Earth in the last few months. It's kind of a mystery. Most people that are observing these coastal water retreats especially have never seen them before. And they're either being dismissed as a side effect of the supermoon or a coastal wind anomaly that's pulling the water out to sea, or a Cat 5 hurricane, as the case up here in the Bahamas and Florida. The Mississippi River going dry above the New Madrid, still haven't quite, come to even a decent theory on that, but there's several other rivers in North America that have been observed as dry. In fact, I just got a photograph, if not dry, very, very low, of a river that's very low in Shreveport, Louisiana. Just got that a few minutes ago. But our friend over at That's Impossible YouTube channel put together a map, and he asked me to assemble one as well, because I had a few more examples of these occurrences that have happened around the Earth, and here they are. We're looking for patterns. We're trying to understand what's causing this, if there is a pattern. It doesn't appear to be. One thing that's unique on this map is up here in Newfoundland, and it's not a water retreat. It's the exact opposite. He has observed this water phenomenon, a man by the name of Philip, since October of 2017. Normally, even under high tide conditions, this dock is not even close to being underwater. However, it has been permanently almost underwater since October of last year, so there's clearly something going on here, and he, being a lifelong resident here, noticed this right away. Normally, there's support posts underneath here that you can see that are 4, maybe 5 feet tall, and he hasn't seen them in months, since October of last year. But as far as a pattern on here, I don't necessarily see one. But most of the cases that involve, witnesses, they've never seen anything like it. So I think it's something unique. I think there is something influencing our planet. Don't know exactly what yet, but I do think there's going to be some influences on our planet in the coming days that could cause earthquakes, water anomalies, and definitely extreme weather. I just want to point out real quick that the earthquakes that occurred in Taiwan, and there were several in the last few days, they began right after the supermoon, full moon of January 31st, actually about 48 hours afterwards. I'm not saying that was the cause for these quakes, but I'm just saying that coincidentally they began right after the supermoon, full moon, and they also began right after Mars crossed this imaginary line. If you were to divide the sun with an imaginary line right down the center of the solar system, when Mars crossed this line, that left Earth over here on the left side of the solar system alone with the moon, and that's it. And let me show you what I've done. I've drawn just a sketch. If you were looking at the solar system from above, and this was the sun in the center, drew a circle around representing the orbits of the planets, and let's say they're 360 degrees, divide it in half. Half A is 180 degrees. Part B is 180 degrees. A plus B equals C, 360 degrees. Right after the full moon, supermoon, February 1st, Mars crossed this line right here, and it became part of the B side of the solar system, joining all of the other planets, including Pluto, leaving Earth over here all alone. Then those earthquakes began. Then the moon came out of the full moon phase, and as it reached where it's at today, the earthquakes have subsided. But beginning here, right after the full moon, the earthquakes began, persisted all the way through here, and have eased up today. we will be entering the new moon phase, and that will be putting the moon on the opposite side of the Earth, between the Earth and the Sun, instead of behind the Earth and the Sun. And not only is that unique, which that happens every month, but this time around it's going to happen with all of the planets on the other side of the Sun, instead of balanced around throughout the solar system. We like balance. Balance is good. Things function better when they're balanced. It doesn't make any difference what it is. If it's out of balance, then it doesn't typically function that well. That's just the way I perceive solar systems in general. They need balance. And when they're out of balance, things happen. So the moon coming around now to complete this circuit, if you will, between the Earth and the Sun, look for things to happen. Look for extreme weather in the coming days on planet Earth. Look for water anomalies on planet Earth, whether they be river, freshwater, coastal, saltwater. Look for them. If you see any, by all means take pictures if it's not an inconvenience, and send us an email to reports@mrmbb333.com. Greatly appreciate it. Here's the gas giants as of today, February the 8th, and you can see they are all over here, positioned nice and neatly on the right-hand side of the Sun, including Pluto. This is what it's going to look like on March the 7th. Mercury is going to break the line, come back over and join Earth for a while. Venus will follow, creating a sense of balance again, only to occur once again this summer with every single planet being on the right-hand side of the Sun, trying to share 180 degrees of a 360-degree circle. And the moon will be phasing, just like it did then, or just like it is now, it will then. So when the moon goes into the new phase, just like it came out of the full phase, look for things to intensify. I'm just saying that they could. This is just a theory that I have, and it's something I've been watching for a long, long time. This situation, however, when the planets are all on one side of the Sun, it's kind of unique. It's rare. It doesn't happen very often. And so is this situation here. So it's going to be a learning experience, and we'll just have to keep a close eye on what does happen, if anything. But tonight, tomorrow, and the next night, pretty good chance of some possible spectacular meteors in the atmosphere in the days ahead, especially as we get close to the new moon phase. Watch for extreme weather phenomenon around the globe, water anomalies, and most certainly earthquakes. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a super day, and as always, be safe out there.